Hello dear students, wait here when I is here. I will make everything clear if you see my video properly. Today we will discuss one of the interesting topic which you can see on the board, that is electrostatic potential and capacitance. And if you see the word electrostatic, what is the meaning of static? The body which are at rest. Since we are dealing in terms of electric charges which are at rest over here. And if you see the word potential is basically deals with the location of that particular point. How? We'll discuss now. Let us say in a space there will be an electric field. Let us say somewhat like this. As you have discussed in the previous chapter, there should be a source based on that electric field which is produced over there and which can move up to infinity. So, under the region of this electric field, let us take a 2 point, let us say A and B over here. And now, you place a particle with the electric charge at the point A and at the point B as well. Obviously, when you keep any charge under the region of electric field, it can experience a force over here. You know, force is nothing but is a kind of physical quantity, correct? So now, it is a point where it is given by, basically gives a quantity of electric field at this particular point under the region of electric field, correct? Now what we don't know, we supposed to read or we supposed to study which is nothing but electric potential at a given these 2 points over here. And you know electric field is a vector quantity which is related to force experienced by a unit positive charge, correct? Now, your electrostatic potential is basically which is related to the energy received by the charged particle where you have kept over here under the region of electric field. For example, let us say if I keep one charged particle at a point A, I see that it has got around 100 joule over here. The same charged particle if I keep at a point B, I see that it has got around 60 joule over here. What makes a difference over here? Obviously the energy is making a difference over here. And who is getting the energy over here? The charged particle which are kept at the point A, at the point B as well. And one more question might have arisen in your mind if you have. Even though you have kept same charged particle at a point A as well as at a point B, why it is showing the different energies? The answer is very simple, because of its location. So, now we can answer my question. If I keep a unit charge at a point A, how much energy your charged particle can get over here? Obviously it is 100 joule. The same charged particle if I keep at the point B, what is the possibility of energy? By getting a charged particle over here, your answer should be 60 joule. And this 160 I have taken for a time being over here. Now, listen the definition of potential. What exactly the potential is? The potential is the ability of achieving energy by this charged particle over here. So now, your job is to get the one more thing, that is, and one more thing I have to say over here. If I don't put any charges, let us say I don't put any charges over here, do you think potential is there or not? Yes, there is a potential at a point A, at a point B. To know more about this, let us take an example which we used to do in our day-to-day language. We use the word potential in the market. It's like if I want to open a stationery shop, I want to see where is a good potential, correct? What is the meaning of good potential? You may suggest that if I open a stationery shop near a school or a college, then I can find it is a more potential. Why? Because I can get more money, I can get more sale, I can get more energy. There is a possibility of getting a more achievement, correct? And who is getting the potential over here? Obviously the stationery shop. And who is responsible for this? The location of that particular stationary shop where you are kept in a street over there. So similarly, you apply the same concept over here. Who is getting the energy over here? Obviously the charge particle which you have kept at a particular location. Are you getting my point? So that's why it is easier to convey you whenever I say the potential word should be linked with the location, and the potential energy should be linked with the charge particle where we have kept at these 2 points. Now, so that's why I have written on the board what you can see. Potential is a characteristic of location of a point, which means potential is basically deals with the location, and the potential energy is a characteristic of charge particle placed at that location. Which location? These 2 locations under the region of electric field over here. So this is what exactly we need to do over here. So this is what exactly the difference between the potential and the potential energy over here. The next topic we will discuss about the electrostatic potential difference. For this, let us take an electric field in the region where the source point which is there in some point. Due to that, we have got electric field over here. And your job is to keep one point charge or test charge as Q over here. As you know, based on the previous chapter discussion, at the time of keeping this particular Q in the region of electric field, it can experience a force due to the electric field over here. Correct? Now, we have kept one more charge at the point A over here. Don't you think at the time of keeping the 2 positive charges, which means 2 like charges, are they going to attract each other or repulse each other? The 2 like charges always repulse each other, and 2 unlike charges always attract each other. So similarly, at the time of keeping this particular Q, there will be a repulsion between these 2. So as that, this is the direction of a force due to electric field. What is the force which is acting at this particular point over here? Let us know we have taken E which is equal to F by Q. With respect to F, what I can write over here, which is nothing but E into Q. Correct? E is the electric field in the region and Q is the charge which is kept at the point B over here. So what kind of force which is acting over here? E into Q. So this is the force which is acting in the region of electric field over here. Now, what I want to do here is that I want to bring this charge Q from B to A. To do all those things, we need to do some work over here. What is the basic formula I can expect for work done over here? As you know, work done which is equal to the force into the displacement over here. Correct? What kind of a force which is acting by the electric field? E into Q. The same amount of work we are supposed to apply to move your charge from B to A over here. So what type of, how much force we are supposed to apply over here? Same force which is nothing but the E into Q over here. Correct? So this is what I have written over here. WBA which is nothing but you are doing the work from where to where? You are bringing the charge Q from point B to point A. That is the representation of B to A over here. It is equal to, and here we are supposed to do, before we do the total things, I have to bring this charge Q with the small amount of displacement, let us say dr over here. How to get the total amount of work done? Just by using an integration formula or integration things, we can use this to get the total amount of work done over here. It is nothing but we have the initial limit as B, why? B I have considered over here because we have taken charge Q from where to where? B to A. That's why you supposed to write lower limit as B and upper limit as A over here. Are you getting? And this is a force which is nothing but the force which is applied by us. The force we are supposed to apply to move your charge particle from where to where? Point B to point A over here. Into dr is a displacement and the small displacement over here. Now, don't you think at the time of applying a force by you, at the meantime electric field is also applying a force towards you? negative sign over here. And why I have written A to B now? Because this is the force due to electric field. Your electric field is coming from where to where? Point A to point B. And why I have written B to A over here in the previous case? Because you are applying the force from where to where? B to A. Are you getting? So this is the simplest way I can convey you just by having the limit A to B or B to A. So into F into dr. This is nothing but F. This is the force which is produced by electric field in the second case, and the first one, the force which is produced by what? It's the applied force by us. And one more thing we supposed to know over here, can I replace your force which is nothing but E into Q, because we have discussed in the previous lesson over there. So let us replace F as E into Q. Now, since it is electrostatic, do you think kinetic energy is there or not? There won't be any kinetic energy. All the energy just get converted to the potential energy. So what should be the energy stored at a point B, which is nothing but UB? What should be the energy which is stored at a point A, which is nothing but UA over here? Are you getting? So this is what I want to say. So can I say, based on the first chapter in the work energy theorem, we have got that work done is equal to change in potential energy or in final potential energy minus initial potential energy. What should be the initial potential energy over here? UB. What should be the final potential energy over here? UA. So that's why we supposed to write UA minus UB. So which is equal to, why have I taken A to B? Because we have moved a force from A to B, and why can't I write UB minus UA? Because based on the general things which we have discussed in our work energy theorem, and it should be the final potential energy minus initial potential energy. So this should be the final potential energy and this should be the initial potential energy. That's why I have written UA minus UB. That's why you can't write UB minus UA. So that's why if you move to the next step, let us divide by charge Q to the whole equation what we got over here. Can I write W with the subscript BA? Why BA? Because you are doing the work from where to where? Point B to point A. So that's why BA divided by Q is equal to UA minus UB divided by Q is equal to, with the limit A to B, E into dr with the sign negative sign over here, because applied force which is equal and opposite direction to the force which is exerted by the electric field. Now, don't you think at a point B and at a point A, it is a potential difference over here? What should be the potential at the point B is VB. What should be the potential at VA? It should be VA. As you know, whatever work we have done, it stores in terms of potential energy. Why? Because all the energies which get converted to the potential energy. So that's why we suppose to write potential difference VA minus VB which is equal to VBA divided by Q. And possible one more question for your board exam, define potential difference. Your job is to mention, I'll say in the simplest way, you have what you're supposed to do. We are bringing charge Q from where to where? Point B to A. Whether it is along the direction of electric field or opposite to the direction of electric field. And it should be opposite to the direction of electric field. And this is the direction of electric field, but you are bringing a charge from where to where? Point B to point A. This is what exactly the potential difference is. So, based on this formula, we can define this amount of work done by bringing a unit positive charge from where to where? One point to another point, one point to another point, one point to another point against electric field, and it should be against electric field. So this is what exactly the potential difference is. Yes, students? Next we will move to the potential at have taken a 2 point at a point A and a point B, the region of electric field. Now, your job is to consider a point B which is there, which is located at an infinity position. You can't see that point over here, you can't see. Now, your job is to imagine point B where at infinity. So at infinity, you have kept your point B, and your job is to do what now? Your job is to bring that charge Q where you have kept at infinity to this particular point over here. Are you getting? So initially where you have kept your charge Q at infinity, your job is to bring charge Q from where? Infinity to this particular point A over here. Now, we have got previous case, the potential difference which is nothing but VA minus VB is equal to W VBA divided by Q. Why VBA? Because we are doing work from B to A. Now we have kept your point B where? At infinity, and at infinity you have kept your charge. From there you are supposed to bring to at a point A over here. Now, as you know, what is the potential at infinity? It should be 0. Why? Because there won't be any electric field at infinity over there. Are you getting? So that's why, can I replace your, let us write VA minus VB can be replaced by what now? V infinity. Why? Because you have kept the charge Q at infinity. So let us write VA minus V infinity is equal to, you are doing work from where? Infinity to A. You are doing work from where? Infinity to A over here. So that's why, what is the value of infinity? 0. Why? There won't be any electric field at infinity. That's why this whole term is negligible over here. So what did I write over here? VA minus VA is equal to V or W infinity to A divided by Q. And how to define this? What is the best way to define? In the previous case, we have discussed work done by bringing positive charge from one point to another point. Now, your job is to mention work done from where to where? Infinity to other point. But this process should be done against electric field. Against electric field. And this whole process should be done without any acceleration. Why without any acceleration? Because you are doing work in such a way that all the energy which is get converted to potential energy. You are supposed to bring that particular charge from one point to another point with the uniform velocity. So there won't be any change in kinetic energy. So which means all the energy which get converted to potential energy. That's what we are supposed to tell. So amount of work done by bringing unit positive charge from where to where? From where to where? Infinity to this particular point, and this should be against electric field over here. So this is what we can expect from here over here. So are you getting? So this is VA is equal to W V infinity divided by Q. Yeah. So far we have discussed the potential at the point. Now your job is to define its SI unit. What is the SI unit of electrostatic potential is? Is nothing but 1 volt. So how to define your SI unit of electrostatic potential, or how to define your 1 volt? Just simple. You take the formula which we have got just now, which is equal to VA, which is equal to W by Q, which is nothing but amount of work done. Work done, what is the SI unit we can expect, which is nothing but a joule. How much work is supposed to do for a time being? If 1 joule of work is done, if 1 joule of work is done by moving unit positive charge, where you have kept your unit charge, for timing you keep your unit charge at infinity. So your job is to bring that particular unit charge, which means 1 coulomb. If I bring 1 coulomb from infinity to this particular point, how much work is done? 1 joule. So that is nothing but 1 volt, what I can expect. So how to define in a proper way? You replace work done as 1 joule over here and replace Q as 1 coulomb. And how to define this? If 1 joule of work is done. If 1 joule of work is done by bringing 1 coulomb of a charge from where? Infinity to this particular point, and this process should be there against the electric field. This process should be there what? Against electric field over here. Now, if I want to see few application what we have discussed so far, let us take this relation, and I have simplified as somewhat like this. Where Q is a charge VA minus VB, which is nothing but a potential difference, and VUA minus QB, which is nothing but potential energy difference, and WPA, which is nothing but work done in that particular process. Now, you take that electric field somewhat like this, and you take a 2 point, let us say A and B. Once again, I keep at the potential is maintained at a point A as a 200 volt. Let us say 200 volt, not a joule. I said potential is maintained at A is 200 volt, and potential is maintained at the point B is 100 volt. Let us take a 2 coulomb. How much? 2 coulomb. Coulomb, which is nothing but obviously it is a charge. And if I bring a 2 coulomb charge from 100 volt to 200, what is the work done in this particular process? Use your common sense. If you have, replace Q as 2 VA minus VB, which is the final potential we can expect here. Obviously it is a 200 volt. Why? Because you have moved a 2 coulomb charge from where to where? 100 to 200. So we can replace 200 minus 100. So what I can write over here? 2 into 200 minus 100, which is equal to what should be the work that I can expect? How much? 200 minus 100, which is nothing but 100 into 2, which is nothing but 200. What should be the SI rate? It should be joule. Why? Because it is a work done in the process. Similarly, if I take a 5 coulomb of a charge, if I move from 100 volt to 200, what should be the potential difference? How much? Should be 500. And in a day-to-day life, we can see this process. Normally, at your home, what is the potential is maintained is around 230 volt, correct? The potential difference you can find at your home is 230 volt for a time being. And let us say in a bulb, there are 2 contacts which is there. If 1 coulomb of a charge which flow from one end to another end, what is the work done in the process? How much? It's nothing but a 200 joule, correct? So why? Because the charge just moving from one end to another end is 1 coulomb, and the potential difference at your home is 230, is equal to what is the work done in the process? It's nothing but a 200 joule over here. So this is what exactly I want to tell in this particular introduction part. Thank you very much.